Welcome to Herd Summer Racing League, Race 7. This is going to be a short one, should be about 35 minutes long, but there are 6 Sprint KOM points with FTS points up for grabs, as this is a point race. Now the first sprint section is like 200 meters from the start here. It's a champion sprint, and it started off not too bad. Sometimes it can start off a whole lot hotter than it did, but we came and we'll keep this at the speed it's at, and we're doing a pretty good clip coming in here. But we're going to start winding up right now because here's the start, and we're off. So it was a good hard effort, everybody trying to get maximum sprint points on that first one. Finishing in, we had Morgan from Herd coming in first, Thornton from ATP coming in second, I came in third, and then Steve Pritchard from the Herd came in fourth. Big shout out to the Herd there, grabbing 3 of the top 4 spots available there. We do have 3 Herd riders with us today. We got Mark Morgan, Steve Pritchard. Steve's a guy to watch. He's pretty powerful. Mark's really good on climbs, and I round out the 3rd Herd rider. There are a couple of GorillaZ with us. We've got Bill in here. We got Brian Mudge. Mudge is listed as Mudge GorillaZ on here. You'll see a whole lot of him. Brian and Bill actually came on to try and help me. It's good to have teammates, and we'll talk more about teammates as we go, because right now we're coming up on the Clydesdale Kicker, which is that fast on this course. This is also for points, and the start point is right here, and we're off. It's a little bit of a light start, and then it flattens out, and then we're going to go up to about 9% as we come up to this incline, and then there's a flat section that we have to keep powering through. So you end up with 2 really hard pushes right off the beginning, and it's really hard on you. You got to figure out how you're going to pace it, because now we're going to come around and we're going to do another sprint again in just a little bit. So finishers on the KOM, we actually have Brian Mudge in first place from the GorillaZ. Harrison, TFC, came in 2nd place. Thornton, ATP, came in 3rd. He is tough. If you've watched him on our New York after party, he and Marcus just put I guess a spanking on me is the best way to describe it. So on this KOM, I came in 4th with 4th place points. So I'm pretty happy so far. My whole goal, of course, is to stay with the front group and see how we can hold off until we get to the end. Get anywhere from 2nd, 3rd, 4th place points on these, and then try and finish somewhere in the 3rd to 5th spot. Seems to be working ideal for me this season. So we're now coming around and heading up to the champion sprint is on our left there. On the other side of the, I don't know what you call that. Is that a river? Is that a canal? Whatever it is. We're going to make a little left-hand turn here, another left, and then we will be on that section for the 3rd segment points here in less than 3 kilometers. It's just really tough to pace yourself. And we have about 11 people in this lead group. Thankfully, we've got all 3 Herd riders with us, and here we are in the group on the picture. And we're off on this sprint, and again, it's short, just 200 meters, and you've just got to lay it all down and see what ends up. And as we come through this sprint, we've got Thornton, ATP, coming in 1st place. Harrison, TFC, coming in 2nd. Mudge from the GorillaZ came in 3rd, and I came in 4th on this one. So we're going to be heading out of town now, which gives us a little bit of a breather. And while we do that, there's some other things that we need to talk about that were interesting in this race and as we prepped for it. I came into this race with a whole lot of overtraining. I've had 7 days of workouts, and 2 of those were 2-a-days, and I was kind of tired. And one thing I noticed was that this part right here, it looks like those guys were so far ahead I wasn't going to be able to catch them. I was struggling. But now that I look at the video, I was in perfect positioning. But my brain thought I was struggling this whole time. My legs were exhausted. It wasn't my breathing, it was just my legs. It's purely overtraining, and so I could not get anything going. They were wearing out so fast. If you notice, my heart rate's really pushing at 170. Typically it should be at 160 through this. So no rest made my brain get in a negative spot. I mean, sure, we got a couple guys off the front. We've got Tansy off the front, who's a TT rider. Almost all of his 700 races on Zwift seem to be TT, at least the last 6 months. Morgan's off the front. He likes being off the front. But as we come through Corkscrew, we're all together. And here I feel like I'm just dropped the group and I'm in trouble and I can't catch them, but really they're just 1 kick away from being with them again. Brian Mudge and Bill here jump ahead of me and pull me back into the group. So I'm really in an absolutely perfect spot for Breakaway Bray, but my brain is in a terrible spot right now. Doesn't think I have what it takes, but I'm tail gunning perfectly. The group is perfect, but man, my legs are just hurting so bad. I just can't seem to get any power out of them right now. And again, that's overtraining. They're tired. I just didn't get the rest I needed this week. It's part of being a weekend warrior. You got to know when to get your rests in, when to get your food in, and when to be recovered, because there's nothing wrong with this race at this point. And then they start to get away from me, and I can't seem to get any power going. I mean, my legs were just toast. And then my stomach decides that I'm pushing too hard and I'm really struggling. And I cross over this climb, and all I'm trying to do actually is keep my lunge down, because things got kind of well, not hectic, but hairy there for me for a little bit. So they go even further off as I'm just trying to keep the pedals moving while I'm telling myself that my lunge is going to stay down. But as we come over that, Steve Pritchard from the herd came in first. Harrison from TFC is second. Lyons came in for DBR in third place, and Thornton for ATP grabbed another fourth spot. I'm all the way back in ninth. That's really the beginning of where things cracked for me. So now I'm off the back. Mudge and Bill step in, and they start pulling. They tell me, grab our wheels, let's get you back up there with the group. And I'm still struggling. My legs are still jello. My heart rate's still at 172. And again, we should be running about 160 at this power output, especially since I'm in the draft with help. Just like I said, the heart rate is a sign that we've been pushing too hard. I fall behind. Brian slows it down. He and Bill's whole job right now is to pull me up to those guys up there. And since they're pulling, I can't back off. You know, if I had been solo, I probably would have just shut it down. But because I have people who are trying to help, and now it makes me want to push hard to make their effort worth something. So having friends in the race and having friends who care enough to come in and try and help you do that was a huge help today. At first I thought they should have come in when I was more feeling powerful and we could have really attacked this race. But honestly, I think when you're at your weakest point is when you need your friends the most. And look, they pulled me right back up to the group. I'm still feeling miserable. I still got a terrible mindset on this race, but they have me in the position I need to be in to be able to have an effect on this race. So now we're heading back into town. And we have 2 more sprints to go. I'm trying to just get that heart rate down, but if again you notice 170, I can't seem to get it to come down. I already know that I'm in trouble with a 9th place finish on Breakaway Bray. I've got to try and get 3rd or 5th, but my brain is just thinking, man, I'm probably going to be stuck with 11. It is amazing how when you start to get into a negative place, it is really tough to shake that off. I actually had Mudge in my ear here shouting, well, it wasn't shouting, but he was doing a good job of just encouraging me, which was helpful. But I could not shake that negativity. And even now, it's been an hour and a half since the race. I've had something to eat, I've had a shower, and my heart rate is still elevated. The health monitor I use tells me that I'm in a stress spot right now, and all that's due to just tired and overtraining. So I'm going to be wiser next week. But for now, we're starting to head back into town. We got to start thinking about the Clyde kicker again. We're going to take a left turn, and we got 2 more turns, and then we're going to be there again. Typically right here, again, I'm in a pretty good spot. Yeah, I'm drifting back a little bit, but a little kick will get me back up there. I like the fact we got 3 herd riders are still up here with us. We've got TFC's got 2 riders in here too. They're hanging tough. This is a really good group. I mean, we've got 11 people in the front group, and we're 7K from the finish. We've been through the majority of everything we need to get done. So it's been a strong, powerful group. I think we had 20 people when we started. I noticed Lee was on there for the Femmes. She grabbed the sprint jersey and the KOM. We chatted after the race, and apparently she went to do a bike change because she felt like she was on the wrong bike and accidentally clicked end and dropped herself out of the race. In the meantime, we're heading back up Clyde kicker, and there we go. 10th. I mean, the group is jam-packed together. A little kick, and I'll be on them, but there is no kick to be found, unfortunately. This was really a miserable climb for me at this point. It's normally a fun little climb, but there is just nothing there. Struggling to get up to the top. I certainly am not going to catch anybody as you see them all taking off around that corner. So for this, we end up with Thornton coming in first with ATP. Thornton's really grabbing a ton of points right now. Harrison with TFC came in second. Steve Pritchard from the herd came in third. And Big Potato, quiet all race, comes in and grabs 4th place points right now. I was clear back at 10, so now with a 9th at Breakaway Bray, and then a 10th here. We're really in a bad spot. We've got some point systems that we're calculating off on the side, and actually I think Brian's in 3rd right now, and I'm in 4th place on the road points. The problem is finish points are 3 points apiece, and sitting in here in 11 is going to just tumble me down the standings. And then people too far ahead. Bill jumped up here to try and pull me up because I'm done. I mean, look, I'm doing 90 watts, 70 watts. I just can't get anything going. Bill's trying to pull me up as much as he can. He's actually coming off medical and trying to get stronger, and here he's having to pull me. Brian slowed down, so Mudge is going to pull me in through this sprint here. And as we're trying to set up for the sprint, we've got Morgan with us as well. I noticed that we've got the A's coming up behind. So my thought is I hope I can catch the A's and just give one final sprint and get some points back on this thing. So I start attacking early, thinking the A's are going to come rolling through and I'll grab their wheels, and there goes a herd A. Didn't even get his name, but not enough A's went by me. I think I ended up pulling the A's through the sprint point myself instead of the other way around. But at any rate, on this final sprint, we had Thornton, once again from ATP, taking first place. Mudge with the GorillaZ took in second. I came in third with a hard effort, but it was only 200 meters, so I managed to pull something out of these legs. Harrison with TFC came in fourth place and secured a really good finish position for himself. Now, they're still actually, well, that's the A group, but the group I've got to catch is 20 seconds down the road. 20 seconds in 4K is going to be tough. Here goes Morgan heading off. Brian's letting me know that he's coming. He's going to start pulling and try and get me back up, at least as close as we can get. Really, he just needs to keep me moving right now, because as we all know, it is hurting. So let's speed this up so the agony doesn't last as long. So here we are, 3.5K from the finish line, just trying to get there. I've got Brian Mudge with me. I've got Morgan on the front. Like I said, Morgan likes to be up front. I was trying to figure out what Morgan was doing for these last 4K. I actually reached out to him, and he hasn't gotten back to me before I started making this video. I couldn't tell if he was really trying to get away, if he was trying to help me, if he's trying to position himself for the finish. I couldn't quite make out what he was doing based on the way that he was riding. But Brian was trying to lead us both out. But he was trying to make sure I got maximum points, knowing that I am 2 points behind on GC right now, and I really needed to get a first or second on this to be able to move up and challenge for first place GC. But at ninth place finish points, that's just not going to cut it. So here we're coming up on Corkscrew, which is the last burst before the end, and I give it all I've got, and I managed to pull away. Brian backed off, let me make sure I got points. Somehow I managed to stay ahead of Morgan, and here is the finish. So here are the finish points. On the road, we had Thornton first, Pritchard second. We had Harrison coming in third place. I really like what Ralph did here from ZR Sun, 176 watts per kilogram, coming in fourth. Well, not per kilogram, 176 watts total. Pritchard with 187. Again, that was a really good race on his part. I'm coming in eighth on the road. It's really going to hurt me on points. So let's jump over to Zwift Power and see what the results are over there. I hope you can see that. A lot of information I threw on the screen. Chris Thornton came in first with 445 points. He just crushed it. Good job. Harrison here came in second. C. Pritchard from the herd came in third. Brian Mudge came in fourth. I came in fifth place on this one. And you can see ZR Sun here, Rob, and then Mark Morgan from the herd. I like that we had 4 different clubs represented in the top 4 spots. It's great to see the clubs coming out participating in Herd Summer Racing League. Hope everybody has a good week, and we'll just do this again for the final time next week. It's a 53-kilometer race, so bring lots of drinks and let's settle in the saddle and see how long that takes us.